Over at the Old Bailey, the hearing of the extradition case against the WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has come to an end. The decision won't be announced by the judge until January. Now, Mr. Assange is an Australian citizen, but it's the US government that wants him to stand trial in the US for leaking official documents and for violating the controversial Espionage Act, which the Trump administration introduced in 2017. The BBC's World Affairs editor, John Simpson, has been to the Old Bailey to listen in on the proceedings.
In these COVID days, the streets of the City of London are silent and empty. But as you get closer to the Old Bailey, you start to hear the sound of a small but determined demonstration. The courtroom is unimposing, not much bigger than a squash court, more like the kind of place where traffic cases might be heard. The judge, Vanessa Barreza, wears everyday clothes, and social distancing means the 20 or so people in court are spread out all round it, while Julian Assange's lawyers are sitting where the jury would normally be. The court has heard some extraordinary evidence. Just yesterday, statements were read out claiming that a Spanish security company hired by the US authorities had bugged Assange's lawyers. Recently, the legal team representing the United States accepted the claim that Assange had secretly been offered a presidential pardon if he'd agree to cover up Russia's involvement in hacking Democratic Party emails. The lawyers for the US say that by making large numbers of secret documents public, Assange and WikiLeaks have endangered the lives of US agents and informers. Assange's lawyers say that if you criminalise the leaking of official information, you'll damage public interest journalism right across the world. Jen Robinson, a senior member of Assange's legal team.
What this case means and will mean if he is extradited is that any British journalist could be extradited to a foreign power, whether that's Saudi Arabia or the United States or Russia, to face prosecution for having published truthful information, and that's a dangerous precedent.
Julian Assange himself sits behind a glass screen at the back of the court with a single warder near him. Stella Morris, his partner and the mother of his 2 children, is frightened to think what might happen to him.
If he's extradited, he's facing a 175-year sentence and conditions of extreme solitary confinement, far beyond what one sees in prisons here, even under COVID.
The judge will give her decision in January. At the Old Bailey, the lawyers and observers I spoke to mostly felt that in the end, Julian Assange probably wouldn't be extradited. And there's a political factor to all this. The case seems to have been enthusiastically driven by the Trump administration. If Joe Biden wins the US election in a month's time, the urgency to extradite Assange may fade anyway.